Have you ever been a victim of a narcissistic person without realizing it? Unmasking these manipulators can be challenging, but there are clear signs that need to be identified. Individuals with narcissistic tendencies thrive on inflated self-importance and harbor fantasies of power and beauty, but they lack empathy and manipulate those around them to achieve their own goals. Developing strong emotional boundaries is crucial to avoid manipulation and protect your mental health. Want to learn more about how to identify these signs and protect yourself from these emotional traps? Watch the video until the end and share your experiences dealing with narcissistic personalities in the comments. Developing an awareness of narcissism signs. Developing an awareness of narcissism signs is essential for navigating wisely through the complexities of human relationships. Learning to recognize patterns of behavior can help identify those who may have narcissistic tendencies, protecting your emotional and social well-being. The first sign to watch out for is an exaggerated sense of self-importance. Individuals with narcissistic tendencies tend to inflate their achievements and abilities, expecting special recognition even when they haven't notably contributed. They need to constantly be the center of attention and easily take offense when not acknowledged. While everyone enjoys a bit of recognition, for narcissists, this need becomes an obsession. Another sign to note is the presence of fantasies of power, beauty, or success. People with narcissistic tendencies often immerse themselves in a fantasy world where they are extremely successful, powerful, or exceptionally attractive. This serves as a defense mechanism to mask deep feelings of inadequacy. Lack of empathy is a distinctive trait of narcissism. Narcissistic individuals often display an inability to put themselves in others' shoes, disregarding others' feelings and needs. They may appear cold, insensitive, or simply uninterested in others' problems. Furthermore, exploitation of relationships is common. Narcissists tend to use people around them as tools to achieve their own goals. They maintain superficial and calculating relationships, manipulating others to gain personal advantages. It's important to pay attention to the excessive desire for admiration. People with narcissistic tendencies crave constant approval and praise. They always seek validation, and when they don't receive the desired attention, they may react with anger or contempt. Build solid emotional boundaries. Developing solid emotional boundaries is fundamental to protecting your mental health and avoiding manipulation by individuals with narcissistic tendencies or harmful behaviors. Maintaining firm boundaries preserves your emotional balance and promotes healthy relationships. The first step in creating these barriers is to define clear and realistic limits. Knowing your own needs is crucial to understanding what you consider acceptable or unacceptable in a relationship. When you become aware of this, you can communicate these boundaries accurately to those around you. If you do not tolerate constant criticism or disrespect, for example, make it clear from the outset. Additionally, learning to say no is a skill that needs to be cultivated. Social and emotional pressure to please can make it difficult to refuse requests, but rejecting demands that harm your well-being is vital. Value your priorities and understand that you are not obligated to meet everyone's expectations. Practicing self-assertion is also essential. Developing the confidence to express your opinions, feelings, and needs assertively helps create an environment where people understand that they should not cross your boundaries. Speak respectfully, but without apologizing for defending your rights. Identifying signs of manipulation is another crucial aspect. Tactics such as guilt-tripping, intimidation, or attempts to undermine your self-confidence may be disguised, but recognizing them is the first step to avoiding them and getting out of manipulative situations. Be attentive to the behavior of those around you and trust your instincts. Cultivating a solid support system is an excellent way to reinforce these emotional boundaries. Build strong relationships with friends, family, or professionals who can offer emotional support. Having a network of trusted individuals provides security and can help strengthen your boundaries by providing valuable advice and understanding. Furthermore, taking care of your own well-being is crucial. Being emotionally balanced and physically healthy makes you more resilient against manipulation attempts. Set aside time for activities that nourish your soul. Exercise, get enough sleep, and practice meditation. These simple actions make a huge difference. Recognize subtle manipulation. Being aware of subtle manipulation is essential for protecting your mental health and maintaining healthy relationships. Narcissists often resort to tactics such as gaslighting and emotional sabotage to maintain control over their victims. Recognizing these patterns can be challenging, but learning to identify them is an important step in creating solid emotional boundaries. Gaslighting is one of the most insidious tactics used by narcissists. It's a form of manipulation that makes the victim question their own reality. A narcissist may distort facts, deny events, or change versions to make you doubt your own perceptions. Phrases like "you're overreacting" or "you're imagining things" are common. Gradually, the victim may start to doubt their own sanity, becoming increasingly dependent on the manipulator to discern what is real. Another common method is emotional sabotage. Narcissists are experts at undermining the self-confidence of those around them, often disguising criticism as helpful advice. They may belittle your achievements, suggest that you're not competent enough, or make derogatory comments about your appearance. All of this is aimed at weakening your self-esteem so that you feel incapable of living without their approval. A hallmark characteristic of narcissists is the ability to create a cycle of idealization and devaluation. Initially, they put their victims on a pedestal, showering them with praise and attention, but soon they start criticizing and devaluing them. This emotional roller coaster is carefully orchestrated to create emotional dependency. The victim desperately seeks to regain the initial phase of adoration, becoming more vulnerable to manipulations. Moreover, narcissists often isolate their victims from friends and family. They do this subtly by planting seeds of doubt about others' intentions or suggesting that these people don't understand them as well as the narcissist does. As isolation increases, the victim becomes more dependent on the manipulator, losing the support of a healthy social network. Another frequent tactic is victimization. Narcissists are skilled at reversing roles, making it seem like the victim is the true responsible party for the relationship problems. They may cry, play the victim, or manipulate the situation to make you feel guilty for your actions, even when you were clearly harmed. Recognizing these tactics is the first step to freeing yourself from toxic relationships. Trust your perceptions and seek support from friends, family, or professionals who can help you discern the truth. Developing awareness of these manipulation strategies is crucial for strengthening your emotional barriers. When we talk about the subtle influence that people with narcissistic tendencies can have in our lives, it's essential to share our experiences to better understand how to deal with these situations. Have you been through something similar? Leave a comment sharing how you dealt with such a person, or share a tip that could help others recognize and protect themselves. These real-life stories can be invaluable for building a support network and raising awareness. Reinforce your self-esteem. Maintaining a strong sense of self-worth is crucial to resisting the influence of narcissistic individuals and avoiding dependency on others' approval. A narcissist may try to undermine your self-esteem to gain control, but reinforcing your self-confidence is an effective protective measure. The first step is to know your own qualities and abilities. List your achievements and remember what you do well. Even if they may seem trivial, these accomplishments reflect your capability and effort. Celebrate your victories, no matter how small, and allow yourself to feel proud of them. Set personal goals that align with your values and interests. Working towards goals you've set for yourself, rather than striving to meet expectations imposed by others, can give you a stronger sense of purpose and reduce the need for external validation. These goals can include skill development, creative hobbies, or professional projects. Surround yourself with people who genuinely value you. Build a support network that celebrates your growth and supports your aspirations. Friends, family, and trusted colleagues can provide a balanced external perspective and help you maintain confidence amidst destructive criticism. Recognize the negative messages you may have internalized. Sometimes unfair criticisms from narcissistic figures linger in our minds and shape our self-perception. Reflect on these thoughts and challenge them. Ask yourself, where does this criticism come from? And, is this really true? Learn to accept your flaws and weaknesses as normal parts of the human experience. Nobody is perfect, and making mistakes is part of the growth process. Instead of punishing yourself for errors, see them as learning opportunities. Being compassionate with yourself increases resilience and contributes to a more positive self-image. Cultivate habits that promote self-care. Practice exercise, get enough sleep, and eat healthily. Set aside time for hobbies you enjoy and activities that make you feel fulfilled. Taking care of yourself is not a luxury, but a necessity. Set clear boundaries and stick to them. By recognizing behaviors that compromise your well-being, learn to say no and distance yourself from situations that diminish your worth. Don't allow the need to please others to compromise your self-esteem. Be strategic in interactions. Dealing with people who exhibit narcissistic tendencies requires a careful and well-planned approach. Being strategic in interactions, staying calm, and avoiding impulsive reactions can help navigate challenging situations more safely and effectively. First and foremost, it's essential to maintain composure. Narcissists often exploit emotional reactions to manipulate or provoke. Demonstrating calmness, even in the face of provocations, frustrates their attempts to elicit an impulsive response. Take a deep breath and step back, giving yourself time to think before acting. Establish and communicate firm boundaries. Make it clear what you consider acceptable behavior and what you will not tolerate. For example, if insults or belittlement are common, let them know that you will disengage from the conversation when such behaviors arise. By setting boundaries and consistently enforcing them, you prevent your emotions from being manipulated. If possible, keep interactions brief and specific. Minimize opportunities for manipulation by focusing only on essential information during conversations. This reduces the risk of getting into endless cycles of arguments or attempts at emotional persuasion. Avoid seeking validation or approval from a narcissistic person. They may use your emotional needs to reinforce their control. Build your self-esteem from more secure and objective sources, so their opinion has less impact on your well-being. When addressing issues, be objective and factual, avoiding accusations or excessive emotionality. Narcissists tend to defend or attack when they feel criticized. Focus on specific behaviors and solutions, maintaining a neutral tone. Mentally prepare yourself for possible negative reactions. Some narcissistic individuals may try to twist the situation to make it seem like you are the aggressor or responsible for a problem. Anticipate this possibility, and don't feel guilty for your actions if you have acted rationally and respectfully. Cultivate a safe space outside of the interaction. Having an emotional support circle, such as friends or therapists, can help you deal with difficult situations. Sharing your concerns with trusted individuals can provide the necessary perspective to act strategically. Don't try to change their mindset. When dealing with individuals who exhibit narcissistic traits, it's important to understand that significant change in their behavior is unlikely. Trying to transform them can become a fruitless effort, that only causes emotional strain. Instead, focus on controlling your own response to avoid falling into emotional traps. One of the main reasons changing the mindset of a narcissist is difficult is because they often do not recognize that their behavior is problematic. They are often convinced that their worldview is correct and that others are responsible for their frustrations. This rigid stance causes them to reject criticism and avoid introspection, making it nearly impossible to influence their thinking. Accepting this reality is the first step to protecting your well-being. Instead of expending energy trying to make them understand your point of view, recognize that they have emotional limitations that prevent them from being reasonable. Direct your attention to what you can control, your own reactions and boundaries. Develop conscious and calm responses. Narcissists often provoke emotional reactions to manipulate or trigger conflicts. Maintain composure and do not give in to provocations. This frustrates their attempts to control your emotional state. Focus on assertive communication. Express your needs and expectations clearly, but without expecting them to be promptly met. Say what needs to be said and then stand firm, but avoid the temptation to convince or argue when facing resistance. Establish consistent boundaries. Outline what you will accept and communicate the boundaries clearly. When these limits are disrespected, act according to the previously established consequences. This reinforces the seriousness of your intentions and reduces the possibility of being manipulated. Take care of your own mental health. Engaging with narcissists can be emotionally exhausting. Set aside time for self-care and seek support from friends, family, or professionals who can help you process your experiences. Having a solid support network reinforces your resilience and provides the necessary perspective to avoid getting involved in unnecessary conflicts. Use experience as a learning opportunity. Each interaction, even the most challenging ones, offers valuable lessons to strengthen our resilience and emotional intelligence. Dealing with narcissistic individuals can be exhausting, but if we approach these situations as opportunities for growth, we can emerge stronger and more aware of our capabilities. Firstly, consider each interaction as a mirror reflecting your strengths and weaknesses. Observe how you respond to destabilizing behaviors and see if there are patterns that emerge in your reactions. By understanding your own responses, you can identify areas where you need more self-control, assertiveness, or self-compassion. Instead of reacting impulsively, use the experience as an exercise to develop calmness and assertiveness. Interacting with narcissistic individuals can easily evoke intense emotions, but by maintaining serenity, you gain better control over your words and actions. This helps strengthen your ability to maintain balance, even when under pressure. Learn to recognize patterns of emotional manipulation. Narcissists often use tactics such as gaslighting, victimization, or subtle criticism to undermine others' self-esteem. Understanding these methods helps develop a kind of radar to quickly detect manipulation. You can train yourself to recognize the tactics as soon as they arise, neutralizing their impact. Value the establishment of firm boundaries. When your boundaries are respected, you feel a sense of security and autonomy. When they are not, see it as an opportunity to refine them. Learning to communicate your boundaries clearly and standing firm when they are disregarded strengthens your ability to protect yourself emotionally. Share your experiences with others. Talking to friends, family, or professionals about the challenges of dealing with these individuals can offer valuable insights. They can provide different perspectives and help you see blind spots in your reactions. This also reinforces that you are not alone and that the support of others can be a powerful resource. Use the experience to redefine your expectations in relationships. Recognizing the limitations of certain individuals helps adjust your involvement with them. You can learn to invest more in relationships that truly add value and to avoid putting energy into those that tend to be unbalanced. Build a support network. Having a genuine and positive support network is essential for navigating the challenges of dealing with narcissistic individuals and protecting your mental health. Surrounding yourself with friends and family who offer true support can make all the difference when facing difficult situations. Start by identifying who these people are in your life. They are the ones willing to listen to you without judgment, who respect your feelings, and offer advice based on what's best for you, not just what they find convenient. These relationships are built on trust and mutual understanding, creating a safe environment to share your thoughts. Dedicate time to cultivate these relationships. Sometimes, in the hustle and bustle of daily life, we drift away from those who support us the most. Make an effort to be present, whether through a phone call, a casual get-together, or a heartfelt message. Small gestures can reinforce closeness and remind these people that you value them too. If you feel like your current network isn't strong enough, consider expanding it. Join support groups where you can find others going through similar challenges, or engage in online communities focused on mental health and self-care topics. In these networks, you can gain practical advice, emotional support, and share experiences with those who understand your situation. Don't hesitate to seek professional help. Therapists or counselors can be a crucial part of your support network. They offer a safe space to process your experiences, identify behavior patterns, and find practical strategies for coping with the situation. The unbiased perspective of a professional can be invaluable for gaining clarity. Build bonds based on authenticity. Avoid relationships where you feel you need to hide who you are or where you have to sacrifice your well-being to maintain peace. Value connections that are balanced and where both parties genuinely support each other. Be clear when communicating your needs. Friends and family aren't mind readers, and they may not always realize when you need help. Openly express how you feel and where you could use some extra support. Most will be happy to help once they understand your situation. Consult a professional. Sometimes, the challenges of dealing with narcissistic behavior can be overwhelming. In these moments, seeking the help of a professional may be the wisest decision to confront the emotional effects of these interactions. Therapists and counselors provide a safe and non-judgmental space for you to express your feelings, identify behavior patterns, and find effective strategies to restore your well-being. A trained professional can help unravel the complexities of your experiences. They offer insights into the dynamics of narcissistic behavior and how it may be affecting your emotions and perspectives. This can be crucial in helping you understand that you are not solely responsible for the situation, and that many of your responses are natural reactions to the stress caused by these relationships. Moreover, a therapist can help you identify the emotional triggers that certain narcissistic individuals may exploit. Understanding these triggers is the first step in neutralizing the power they have over you. Through coping techniques, you can learn to react more healthily and maintain your calmness, even in the face of provocation. A professional can also teach strategies to strengthen your boundaries and develop a plan to emotionally distance yourself from harmful situations. They can guide you in rebuilding self-esteem, particularly if you feel worn down by constant criticism or emotional manipulation. If you feel isolated or struggle to find a support network, therapists can also help you find support groups or communities where you can share your experiences with people facing similar challenges. These connections can provide encouragement and validation. Remember that seeking professional help is not a sign of weakness, but rather of strength and self-care. Mental health should be treated with the same importance as physical health, and turning to a therapist or counselor is a proactive step to ensure your long-term well-being. If you're enjoying this, Don't miss out on the opportunity. Purchase the ebook now, Stoicism in the 21st Century, Ancient Strategies for Modern Challenges, and unlock your prosperity, abundance, and improve your relationships with this ebook. Link in the pinned comment. Prioritize your inner peace. Amidst the challenges of dealing with narcissistic individuals, it's crucial to remember that your inner peace and mental health should be top priorities. Sometimes, the best solution to protect your well-being is to distance yourself from these harmful situations, even if it means making difficult choices. Often these relationships drain energy and undermine self-esteem, as narcissists frequently attempt to control your emotions or manipulate your reactions. They may do so by criticizing, belittling, or causing conflicts that wear down your resilience. By prioritizing your inner peace, you begin to recognize when these behaviors are negatively affecting your mental health. Honestly assess how interactions with these individuals impact your emotional state. If you find that you feel anxious, angry, or emotionally drained after each encounter, this is a clear sign that the situation may be affecting your peace of mind. Accept these signals as legitimate and do not feel guilty about prioritizing your own well-being. Learning to say no and set boundaries can be a powerful step. Decide what types of behavior you will not tolerate and communicate these boundaries assertively. If these boundaries are repeatedly violated, consider distancing yourself from situations that compromise your peace of mind. Understand that stepping away may be a necessity, not a sign of weakness. Protecting your inner peace means being willing to put your mental health first, even if it means cutting off or minimizing contact with close individuals. Sometimes, space and distance are necessary to regain your emotional balance. Focus on activities that promote your happiness and fulfillment. Invest time in hobbies, creative projects, or the company of people who genuinely support you. By strengthening your sense of purpose and joy, you become more resilient to the effects of negative behaviors. Don't hesitate to seek professional support to help you process these emotions. Therapists can offer effective strategies for dealing with guilt, doubt, or fear that may arise when deciding to distance yourself. They provide a safe space to explore these feelings and find clarity about your next steps. Above all, remember that prioritizing your inner peace is not selfish, but a necessary act of self-care. No one deserves to live constantly in an environment of conflict and emotional manipulation. By choosing to protect your mental health, you are opting for a path that can lead to a more balanced and fulfilling life, where tranquility is not compromised. Understanding the mechanisms behind narcissistic behavior is crucial to avoid getting caught in the web of manipulation of these individuals. By recognizing the signs and reinforcing our own emotional barriers, we become more resilient and less susceptible to the devastating impact these individuals can cause. Have you ever experienced something like this? Leave your comment below sharing your experience, or share a tip on how to deal with these personalities. Your participation can help build a powerful support network for those still facing these situations. Let's together promote awareness and strengthen our mental health.